hello. What is going on? Shout out to Lava Familia, MS12 USA, Med C1, Margie Pendergraft. Yeah, I'm back. I'm alive. I made it through the Texas Snowpocalypse. That's right. You know, it is a dire situation when Texas gets freezing precipitation for days in a row that accumulates and does not melt, and also stays below freezing the entire time. Wild times. So, don't have a real plan for this live, but I just wanted to give an update for those that knew that I was in Texas in this sort of area and that all is well now. And my heart goes out to people that are still dealing with it, but very interesting experience to say the least. So I hope everyone is doing well out there. So, what was the date? Let's see, today's Thursday. I think it was Monday. Oh, the days kept getting blurred together. But basically the situation for me was lost power at like 2 a.m. Like, so I woke up and I was confused why I didn't have power. And then came on and off like 4 times within a short span of time, and it would only come back on for like 10 to 20 minutes and then go back for like 45. By the way, I hope the stream's all good, because the dashboard says strange things a lot of times. Like right now it says no data, but there's definitely data. Anyway, and all my streams, the replays are going to be scuffed because the beginning's just going to be choppy or look like a black screen, because I don't know any other way to get VP09 encoder without starting the stream in 4K and then stopping OBS, restarting it with 1080. Then you get the good encoder. I'm just giving away free secrets here. These are valuable, you know. But anywho, what was I on about? So after the first 4 hours, it was going on and off, whatever the case. Then it just straight shut off for like 9 hours. And then it kind of stayed to that pattern for the next 2 days. So I would not have power for about 6 to 8 hours at a time, and then it would come on for a variable period of time. So I did get lucky compared to some folks who had to endure no power for 2+ days. I don't think it was that long for most people, but lots of people had over 24-hour straight up. And the temperature was just crazy low for what Texans are used to dealing with, for sure. I mean, it's like substantially under freezing the whole time, at least here in North Texas and here in McKinney near Dallas. I think we got to a low of 0, so last I checked that was near like -18 Celsius. Some crazy temps, and of course those are the days where we actually didn't have power. So a perfect storm. And I don't know all the causes, but you know, mismanagement of the energy grid, to say the least, or not enough mitigation, not enough safeguards in place, not a good plan. I don't know what happened, because Texas is one of the highest energy creation places in the world, even if you just consider it as a country in and of itself. So I have some funny stories. But I was also lucky enough that my place has a fireplace. Most places around here, I mean, they're not really built with a fireplace, or maybe they have a decorative one and they use some like artificial log, but not many places have real hold up, let me check my settings too. The stream is like responding strangely. I don't know if it's not connecting properly. I'm not sure. Because I see the thumbnail popping up. Let's see what my settings are at. 6500 should be fine. Oh no. What's wrong? Or is it just the dashboard messing up? Oh, I think it's good. Yeah, the dashboard is strange. It says stuff that ain't true. But yeah, this is really gonna probably just be a short stream where I just wanted to update y'all and tell the story. Anyway, so I do have a real fireplace. I never really wanted to use it, and I certainly wasn't prepared for all this. But I may or may not have accidentally turned my apartment hickory smoked for a while, trying to get the fireplace to be in the right setting to filter that smoke out. But I finally got it working. I had a fire rolling. Oh man, it was crazy. But I hope everybody out there is also doing well. It's also a good opportunity to, you know, reflect on the role of technology within our lives, within my life specifically, and see how much I depend on electronic digital means of communicating, preserving, and working on creative work of whatever kind. It's so enmeshed into our lives now that when it's taken from you, kind of, well, obviously you're back in the old days when nothing was powered, so you instantly start to pay more attention to what is around you in the real physical world. Or not that digital isn't real, but I mean within the concrete physical world. And I think it is valuable for us to examine how much the conveniences that we have, the luxuries and the capacities through technology, actually hinder us maybe in our pursuit of fulfillment, in our pursuit of happiness, in our pursuit of meaning. How much we allow ourselves to fall into a trap of, instead of using the tools of technology the way we would like them to, based on our will, our values, our dreams, our aspirations, what we want to achieve, instead of getting sucked into where these tools begin to control us, control our way of thinking, control our habits, what we find valuable, and what we spend our energy towards, thinking about, worrying about, contributing to that way. Because I myself can see how a convenience can easily turn into a hindrance. So in those moments that I had 8-9 hours with no power, I was either doing something else more tangibly related to the physical world and my environment, or monitoring myself, being centered, or planning what I would like to use the capacity of, especially the internet, but computer, internet, towards. What is the purpose of it? Some form of communication, something that you couldn't otherwise do without the technological tool. So that when I would get power, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. But when you have it all the time, if you don't have self-discipline, it's very easy to, I would say, abuse the privilege of having these tools at our fingertips. So very interesting to consider. And to be honest with you, if I had a switch that I could have everything unpowered, everything quiet, dark, no humming electrical sounds, it's very nice. At least one of those nights, the second night when I was already expecting it, I had the best sleep. Everything dark and quiet. You can even stare out the window and see the flicker of a fire in the neighbor's hearth, you know? Very quaint, very unusual experience in the modern world where we're really just drowning in electromagnetic spectrum all the time. Electromagnetic fields from technology enveloping us all around us. Thumbs up said, USA Adventures. Thank you so much. Thank you to Meds for being here. So, yeah, it was a cool experience. One thing I'm a little bit bummed about, but I'm ready to just get back on the train, was I had a lot of momentum going with staying in the flow of what I can use technology for, what I want to use it for, and how it can integrate into many avenues, many platforms, and even many pursuits, types of art, types of creation, types of pragmatic things as well, business related things, societal things, infrastructural things, applied philosophy. So I'm gonna just hop back on it. That's why this is all why I wasn't around for the past 3-4 days. When I would get power, I couldn't trust that it would go for long enough to do a live stream, so I did not even attempt it. So yeah, it's so funny because of the philosophy of why I started streaming. Try and get a lot more watch time, you know, try to get more content on the channel without having to go through the minutia of intensive editing and then upload, encode, everything. I forget that you can, if you want. I could just use this to stream like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. People do shorter. So we'll see. Maybe I will keep it to a very short thing today. Pretty tired, so I don't really want to dive into any major projects, which is why I did delay the stream I had planned for fixing old thumbnails, which I think is going to be fun. And I would like to expand it in the future to where viewers / friends, fellow content creators, collaborators can also send me some images, and I can do my best to, you know, make the thumbnail look a little more integrated in my whatever my weird style of thumbnail is. And with all that, I'm, you know, an amateur when it comes to graphic design, but just mainly self-taught, and I would like to expand that in the future. I still use my very strange means of creating images as well, which is Final Cut Pro, which is really for video. But yep. And I did add that new emote. Where's those? I think I know where those shades are. Anyway, I added a shades emote. I rarely wear sunglasses these days because light's good for you. Light's good for your eyes. But it's so bright outside with it pure white. I put on those, my fave shades if I do wear shades, which is the light blue military aviators. Let me do a reenactment real quick. That's pretty much the new emote right there. Wait, am I on one side of the ear? Or are we good on the audio? I think it's good. Panning? Huh. I don't know, anyways. With sunglasses too, I always think of this line of research that was done where a lot of people wear shades or like to wear shades because it's this dynamic of, I guess, power differential. So, for example, if you can see somebody's eyes and see their entire face, but they can't see yours, it's kind of like you have a greater level of espionage over them. So, I suppose that means that everyone watching the live stream has a level above me, since you can see me and I can't see you. It's kind of scary. But then another thing related to the recent content, well, it's a few days ago before this all happened, there was something odd, and there still is here. It doesn't bother me. Like, I hear my voice slightly after when I'm talking. There's a bit audio latency. And when I tried to do the beatbox stream the other day, there was a discrepancy between what I'm hearing, the audio feedback I'm getting, and then when it's actually occurring or registering. So I do need to figure that out. That caused a lot of things to be, I don't know, sound and feel very janky on the last stream. But another thing with a lot of the streams I've been doing recently, really a lot of it is practice and, you know, extrapolation to the future. I'm trying to gain facility with live streaming, different things you can do. And a lot of things that I'm doing may be put into either members only, unlisted, private later. We'll see. Because even if I continue using StreamYard, which I prefer to find another solution, and I keep thinking about that more. Someone could program, if they don't have already, some plugin from OBS that you could make a similar platform to StreamYard within OBS itself, and you could just make it free and everyone could just do it real smooth. I don't like the platform of having to pay per month to own something. That's the same reason why I don't use Adobe products. And I prefer Final Cut Pro. Just buy it, reasonable price, then you own it. Makes it a lot preferable to Premiere. And that's why I also use it for a free Photoshop type of thing, because you can do rudimentary things you need to do and export stills. Because you have layers, you have effects. There are some facilities that I don't know, be interesting that you could get into Final Cut, but I digress. But yeah, again, hope everyone is doing really well out there on this Thursday evening for me, maybe Friday morning for you, depending on where you are. I think one reason why the kind of momentum and the schedule matters with live streaming is because it's kind of an odd thing to attempt. You know, it feels there's a lot of imagination involved, because even if you're seeing comments and you're seeing interaction, there's a lot of imagination involved to project that you are interacting with an audience when what you see in front of you is just an empty room or a camera, a screen. So I very much prefer interacting with people in real life, which is why I think it would be really cool and is cool when people have interview shows, podcast shows, and things like this, where they have a studio and people come in and they're having a conversation in real life. And then it happens to be live streamed as well, you know, broadcast in the right way. The lighting actually looks pretty interesting right now. I have these two crossing lights, a warm and a light, and then I don't have the overhead on, which I normally do, and the kitchen light's on. I wanted to get this stream earlier, but I was just so tired. I was just like laying down, kind of resting. But it looked really cool in here too, earlier when there was so much light streaming in from everything, all the reflected white light outside from the snow. But yeah, that's one thing I want to do on this channel, which is a bit random, but I want to do it for educational purposes, is go through all of my old thumbnail images from old projects, which I have about 100 uploads. Not necessarily change all of them, but change a lot of them and do it as education, getting better at designing images and making an appealing image, clickable image. And I think some of those could make cool live streams as well, even though, as I mentioned, I'm not necessarily any type of expert on graphic design. It's just something I'm getting into, I enjoy. But yeah, shout out to Lava Familia, shout out to USA Adventure, shout out to Med C1, shout out to Margie Pendergraft, and everybody else who's gonna see this on the replay. Don't worry, I don't forget about you guys. But I don't know, I like the aspect of live content creation. It fits in line with kind of my proclivities and my tendencies, my strengths, which is why I'm drawn towards improvisation in music. It's why I'm drawn to momentary forms like the poetic form in writing, and live streaming is the same for video content, because, you know, it's off the cuff, it's extemporaneous, there's no editing possible other than what you can do, you know, behind the scenes. I can set up, I mean literally, I could set up scenes and transition between them, which I should do more of. But it's funny, I wanted to live stream for years before I ever got up to it. So, shout out to Ems12, shout out to Ermino, and others that I met last winter that really, well, fall and winter, that convinced me to start live streaming. It's been fun. I still have a lot to learn about it. Yeah, I can place ads within, if something's monetized, I can place ads within the live stream. They have a thing on the dashboard. An interesting thing that others have pointed out with monetization now on YouTube, it's also a protection to you the other way. So with YouTube's policy change, they can now show ads on a channel that is not part of the partner program, and you know, of course, they take 100% of the revenue. So effectively, the change was that nobody could prevent ads from being shown on their videos. So if I had enough ways of funding all the creative stuff independently, and I had memberships and things like that, that's also a possibility I could do in the future, was ad proof my content, just purposely not show ads. And you can also do that, like you could ostensibly upload 2 versions of a video and make one of them ad free and put that for your members so that members don't have to see ads. So it is cool. There is more control now. There is always more capacity that comes out with YouTube, and I think there's a lot of complaining that goes on, rightfully so, I believe, or a lot of feedback on things YouTube is doing, how they do it. That could be, leaves much to be desired, but it is pretty amazing how everything is handled for you in terms of video hosting and everything else we can do. So we'll see what the future may bring. But yeah, let me take a quick break. And I may end the stream. Honestly, just wanted to do an update stream. And try to get back into the rhythm of creating content and being connected with everybody. So let me take a quick break. Hello. Shout out to you, Designer. Meow. I took a bit of footage to show my cat's reaction to snow. Their first interaction with snow. Wasn't really the best quality capturing of it, but it was hilarious how they reacted. They're like walking through the snow and then kind of shaking their paws and stuff. Confused why it's so cold. GodX Rose, what's up? What's your favorite foods? I'm something of a foodie, I guess, even though I hate that term. I love all kind of food, to be honest with you. And I am omnivorous. So I consume all the things. The best quality, ideally. But food is also transmutation, so what you take in, your body is able to, with the right attitude, transform. It is the case. But yeah, pretty tired, I'm not gonna lie. It was oddly energizing experience also, the snow and not having power. And I mean, I've camped before, so I know the feeling of when the air is extremely cold but you're extremely bundled up. It's nice, I miss camping. The only thing that I'm lacking there, unfortunately, is the experience camping. Having that pristine, cold, clean air, ideally. Whew. But anyway, on upcoming stuff, I probably will do the fixing old thumbnails stream pretty soon, maybe tomorrow. I don't really know. I need to get back in the rhythm of it. Totally derailed what I had planned for like 3-4 days. So I kind of wanted to just end the stream. I really just wanted to put an update so it didn't look like I had died, that I'm still here. Just didn't have power for all this time. And I don't want to try to tell all the stories because it's all good. But yeah, hope everyone else is doing well also, and leave me a comment below. What do you want to see in the future? What do you imagine? What do you desire from the content? OnlyFans win. Hey, there's certain I have certain boundaries, my friend. Although you can use that website, which maybe I shouldn't even mention. I don't know how intense this AI is. You can't actually use it to fund other things. That's the other thing, is like there's too many platforms. There's too many possibilities with technology, with the internet. So I think people just get lost. We get caught up in the labyrinth of this app, that app, this trend, that trend, this possibility. But what do you want to choose? That's the whole point. What do you want to select? What do you want to use it for? What do you believe it ought to be used for? To the point, what makes it worth it to you to turn on your smartphone, to turn on your camera, to turn on your computer, and not maybe just enjoy what's there? Like, you know, the real world that's out there, you know, nature, the planet, people, things that go on, not through screens. So that's what I want to leave y'all with. I will see you again soon. I have a lot of ideas when it comes to, I want to do more interactive streams. I prefer having conversations with people rather than right now me mono-liking, which is, it's just not my favorite. So if you have any ideas for collaborative streams, if you guys want to have interview streams, conversation piece streams, we can go into different topics. I think it would be cool. So anyway, with that, I am going to sign off, and I'm sending much love from me to you, whoever you are, wherever you are, and I will see you again soon. Stay well. Keep yourself true. And be you. Peace.